can't tell between a real translation and a troll. It's too good. See, the Koreans are too boring. It's impossible to tell. We believe that Air Force Ace will be dominant in StarCraft 2. I can say this with confidence. Please support Air Force Ace. No, that sounds pretty legit. If he's trolling, he's pretty high level. And I like high level trolls, so I'd mod him anyway. Seriously, if you're a high enough level troll, I'll mod you as well. Anyways, match number 2 is going to be Berserker, aka Iris. His original ID was Iris. His nickname was the Berserker Terran, so he switched his actual ID to Berserker here, known for being an extremely aggressive Terran in Brood War, where, you know, Terran is generally considered not to be the most aggressive race. He just went crazy, so yeah, really, really good stuff. I really like his play. Although, you know, recently, you know, since being on Air Force Ace, he hasn't really performed that well, but definitely a cool guy to watch, I think. And I'm curious to see what he brings here to SE2. I think, actually, you know, StarCraft 2 Terran will favor his style a lot more, considering he can be a lot more aggressive with drops and the mobile bio forces, so that should be quite interesting.
Definitely true. Our map
and
is
he's facing Jangbi.
Cloud Kingdom.
Yes.
Oh, it's Jangbi.
Yes. Jangbang.
Jangbang.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be so sick, Jangbi. Jangbi. The recent OSL champion is coming out to play in set number 2. This guy, along with Stork, are the 2 Protoss powerhouses from Samsung Con. This is the guy that gave me the death stare after I interrupted his little fangirl session.
Wow.
That was, I gotta tell you, that was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Funny.
When he glared at me, I thought my life was over. All right. Man, someone even busting out the Chinese characters in the chat.
Wow. These are hardcore. Well, we should have a game starting any second now.
And here we go. Iris, aka Berserker, spawning as the red Terran at the 12 o'clock. His opponent, Jangbi, one of the most baller Protosses of all time, spawning as the blue Protoss at the bottom left. The map is Cloud Kingdom. Now, Jangbi, of course, won his OSL title in a PvT against Fantasy, the terrorist. But of course, that wasn't Brood War. I have no idea how good his StarCraft 2 skills are.
Nobody does, in fact. But we have seen the Protosses to be quite successful today. So, definitely looking forward to see how Iris does, because the Terrans have not had a whole lot of success.
Hey, white guys! And apparently that guy's Moletrap.
Yeah, white guys.
Hi, Moletrap.
Oh, hi.
I like Moletrap. Anyways, nothing out of the ordinary just yet.
This says Pro League. I don't know what the rest is.
Well,
Saying something about Jangbi.
by the way, guys,
Oh, and Nada is above him. Nada was number 19, but I don't know what that was.
19th. Don't know.
Jangbi was 20th and Nada was 19th. I wonder if it was Pro League wins, but I would think Nada had more than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Although
thinking.
I guess Nada was more about the individual leagues.
Possibly. Anyway, oh yes. So now Air Force Ace is up 1-0 in this best of 3, so as long as they win either this or the next SC2 match, we will get to see an Ace match, and that possibly means we'll get to see Stork playing StarCraft 2, even though, you know, he hasn't played today, so...
Very unlikely, though,
Yeah.
because he would have practiced Brood War for his match today.
Ah, that's an excellent point. But I mean, he would have to play StarCraft 2 next week anyway, so...
Yeah, but he would practice it this week.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he would have tried it, but
You're
he wouldn't
destroying
be.
the hopes and dreams of the fangirls, man.
Oh snap! We got a
Fangirls.
Nexus. Was that a gate gas Nexus?
I assume so.
These guys keep liking
Yeah.
the spells. Very interesting.
Well, there it is.
That gate gas Nexus.
And there is the 1-Rax expand from Iris. So, standard build from him, slightly less standard build from Jangbi here. But let's see what he does with it.
Indeed.
SEV scouting out everything. First Marine on the way. And do you have any thoughts about PvT on this map?
I think it's really good for Protoss personally, which is unfortunate because we haven't seen a lot of Terrans doing well today. I feel like there are a lot of things that you could do as a Protoss player on this map. You know, you can play defensive and take a fast third. 2-base Colossus All-ins are also really, really strong here. You can push up from your opponent's third and kind of use that cliff, like put your Colossus on top, like in their main, and like kill reinforcements and like hit stuff and be obnoxious. Iris actually going for triple CC, which is interesting.
Wow.
Called them very aggressive, but not this game.
That's very interesting.
These players definitely seem to be favoring the macro openings. That's for sure.
This is like what Flash did against Effort. The
Yeah,
super
similar
fast
in concept.
triple CC.
I mean, it's not as bad a build as people probably are making it out to be in the chat after Flash lost. People are like, oh my god, he's so bad, it must be so, like, greedy or whatever. But, you know, that kind of play is a lot of how Terrans are playing lately. It's an important part of it.
Interesting. I don't know, man. He's Iris. He's a Berserker Terran. He might just, like, drop 10 mules in the Protoss space and try and kill the Nexus with it or something. And he's like, ah, goddamn, these things can't attack? Ah. Dude, that'd be so awesome if he did that.
Alright, so we got gases 3 racks up for Iris, so not a whole lot of interesting stuff. Obviously, he did go fast triple CC, which is interesting, but past that, nothing out of the ordinary. We have a Robo going up for Jangbi, actually taking his natural gases pretty fast. Not too fast, but, you know, relatively early. Not a whole lot else going on. Jangbi trying to do a little stalker pressure, not actually doing anything.
Alright, 1 second. Mods, you are welcome to ban anybody who's using squiggles. Not permanently, like 10-minute timeout people who are using those things, because that's friggin' annoying. Anyways.
Sound a little mad, man.
Hey, dude. Engineering bay going up.
Anyway.
Stalker's in front.
Yeah, I mean, the real question is what sort of tech choice will Jangbi go for, or will he go for some kind of all-in? Obviously, Iris has been a little greedy with this triple CC, so, you know, there's the possibility of aggressive play being effective. I don't know who that is.
I was missing it because I was looking at the chat, but that's alright. An Artosis pylon in the main base, by the way. I wonder if this is going to be like a trend among Brood War players, because in Brood War, even if you have an Artosis pylon, there's no real good way for your opponent to snipe it. There's no, like, you know, good unit that can take out buildings that you can drop easily.
Dropped so commonly, though.
Yeah. So.
Alright,
yeah,
we got a robotics bay. I kind of am expecting it to be his Colossus all-in, but these players really like macro focus builds, and he's actually also getting +1 armor, so I'm probably completely wrong. I would say he's probably gonna just play defensive Colossus-based build. Also, actually, these Protoss players really seem to be preferring armor. I was under the impression that Protosses would generally go for the attack upgrade when going for Colossus, because the Colossus benefit a lot from that attack upgrade. And we actually have 3 additional gates going down for Jangbi, so maybe it will be some sort of 2-base Colossus push. But could be a couple things.
Let's see if it's a 2-base all-in, as you were predicting earlier on. I actually just watched, what was it? Spoiler alert, by the way. MLG spoiler alert. Watched MC versus MMA yesterday on like the free stream part, and like it was the exact same positions on this map, and MC did exactly that, like a 2-base Colossus all-in. It was quite funny, especially with all the people just being so mad in the thread.
Oh, because it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
It always
people
works.
were just so angry.
That thing never fails.
Anyway, a stim
Oh,
going down. He's
stim.
going to try and catch the other stalker. Does not get it. And I don't think he has a medevac out yet, so those Marines have all just taken that damage.
Yep. Medevac's on the way, one Colossus is out, Twilight on the way as well. I wonder if we'll see Blinker charge or what. Although, a little bit of a weird timing.
+1 attack, also on the way. And looks like Twilight, another Pylon. Pretty passive game so far. You know, I was kind of touting Iris as a super aggressive player, but looks like his style might have changed a little bit going into SC2. Maybe just not as familiar with the things. I mean, it is hard to be ultra aggressive unless you're very familiar with the game, because otherwise you start missing other simple things, slipping up on your macro and whatnot, unless you're super comfortable with what you're doing. And third base is down now. The observer sees everything.
Indeed. Yeah, very good observer usage by a lot of these players, although some of them are very also adept at scanning and killing them off. Now the question is, will Jangbi really, how aggressively will Jangbi use this push? But I would say not much. Looks like he's actually just not going to push at all. He's going to use it completely defensively. He does have 58 probes, so...
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There's very few stalkers here. He's just got a handful of sentries. Gonna need to do some decent force fields on this round, but it's primarily a Marine force, and the Colossi are gonna do wonders against that. He traps a huge number of Marines here, gets them virtually for free. I don't think he lost a single unit in that engagement. Killed like a dozen Marines at least. Beautiful engagement for Jangbi
All
there.
he's lost is one stalker this game at the beginning.
Wow, 25 unit kills to 2. Very nice for Jangbi. And I'm a little bit confused by Iris's unit composition. No Vikings, very few Marauders. Like, okay, he's got the reactor at Starport now, but really needs to start pumping out some of those anti-Colossus units. He does have now have a number of barracks at Tech Labs as well, so he can start getting those Marauders out. But man, that was a costly engagement for him.
Yeah, those Colossi really do more effective against the Marines. The splash damage is, you know, with the Marines being smaller, they pack up quite a bit more, taking tons of splash damage. Storm on the way actually for Jangbi, very interesting. Couple Templar already coming out, quite a few gateways as well, along with more gas and armor upgrade. La 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 la. Sorry.
Poke Bunny is dying. We are actually just listening to the slow death of a person right now.
I don't know if I can actually make it.
It's alright, pretty soon we're just gonna hear like a final death cry and it's just like gonna go silent.
The end of Ace versus Samsung, it's possible.
Oh man, guys, does anybody know where Poke Bunny lives? Call him an ambulance.
No, please don't actually, like legitimately, if someone calls an ambulance, that'd be really bad. I don't need it.
I'm pretty sure
like,
nobody would.
Trust me, like on TL, some guy is gonna take that seriously. Do you know what they did when Manifesto 7 went missing? When people thought Rec Rule said Manifesto 7 went missing, they made a giant thread about it, and somebody called the Canadian embassy and reported him missing in Japan.
What?
And his grandfather, who was terminally ill, was woken up in the middle of the night to tell him that he was missing.
Hold that thought, though. There's a huge engagement here. Nice force fields catching a lot of those units. I'm really curious to know the rest of that story, but it looks like Jangbi is just crushing through the army here. The Vikings do a good job, pick off all the Colossi, but the ground forces are decimated here. Plenty of Zealots left.
No answer for the storms.
And Stalkers, and there's actually one Colossi remaining as well. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Iris is in total trouble. Man, these Terrans are not adapting nearly as well as the Protosses, I gotta say.
Man, I mean, so far that's been the story of Pro League. Protoss is dominating all of these matches. And the Speed Zealots moving in here. Iris trying to micro this last group of units back, but it looks like Jangbi is going to take the game here. Just gives up on those Marauders. They get annihilated by the Zealots, and now his third base is forced to lift off here. Is he going to lose it? I don't think there's enough Stalkers to actually finish it off, but it doesn't matter. It's not mining anymore. That's the crucial part.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. 170 to 128. Fourth base on the way for Jangbi. Not even a third for Iris. That's Zealots moving into the natural.
Wow,
Jangbi.
Look at all those Zealots cleaning house here.
Indeed, SCV's going down left and right.
And the Natural Command Center is under attack here. Is it going to go down? There's a few Titan Templars. Got to be careful with those Marauders not to get stormed. And oh, 6 storms blanketing those units.
Wow.
Iris
You're ahead of me now.
is
I don't
so
know.
dead.
It's really close. I closed my eyes for a second because I'm like dying, but.
Looks like Iris is going to fight to the bitter end here, as befitting of an Air Force Ace player.
Indeed, man.
But it doesn't even matter. Zealots and Archons tearing his last SCVs to shreds. He's down to 30 supply. GG! And Jangbi evens up the score 1-1 with his characteristic happy grin after his
so
win.
happy. He's so smiley.
Iris is so befuddled by the loss he cannot open the door and exit the booth, but that's okay. Jangbi.
Congratulations, Jangbi.
Alright, so that means we get to see a third set here of StarCraft 2. Who is it gonna be?
I don't know, man. Who's left? Let's see. What options? We got Shine still on the field for their other all-right Zerg.
We've got Reality. January seems to like him a lot.
Grape is also on the field.
Oh, Grape is terrible.
He's alright. He's in the OSL round of 16.
But more importantly,
Can't be that bad.
we have not seen Firebat Hero.
Oh,
would
that is
like
true.
to
I
see-
would bet a lot that we'll see Firebat here in this game.
He is the Dancing Queen. For anybody who doesn't know Firebat Hero, just go